Have you ever paused to consider the very first sound of your name? It is a sound you have heard countless times, spoken with love, with urgency, with gentle respect. But have you ever felt how this first letter, this initial vibration, might also be the starting point of your inner landscape? Ancient wisdom teaches us that every sound carries a resonance, a specific frequency that interacts with the universe. This vibration can help shape the currents of your own nature, your perspectives, and the path you walk. Your name is more than a label. It is a subtle current from the flow of life itself, one that merges with your existence and lends a unique color to your spirit. Today, we will embark on a quiet exploration, a deep observation of the letters from A to Z. Let us begin to perceive the profound patterns held within the first sound of your name. If your name begins with A, yours is the path of the trailblazer. You often begin where others have not yet considered starting. An inherent forward momentum resides within you, a current that resists stillness. You naturally find yourself providing a point of focus in most situations. In your work, within your family, or in your community, you are the one who initiates the first step. You possess a quiet self-assurance, a clarity in your resolve, and at times, a powerful single-mindedness. When this focused energy is channeled constructively, you can shift great obstacles. Your spirit does not seek comfort, it seeks progress. You carry the spark that forges a path, rather than merely following one. If your name begins with B, your greatest strength is found in connection. You are someone who does not simply maintain relationships, but truly inhabits them. Authentic affection, profound bonds, and the well-being of those you care for are of deep importance to you. You are anchored to your home, your kin, and your trusted friends. It is natural for you to place the needs of others alongside your own. You are like the warm hearth that provides light and comfort to all who gather near. If your name begins with C, you are filled with an imaginative force that can present the world with a new perspective. Your insights are rarely conventional. You channel this creative energy in various forms, whether through art, problem solving, your words, or your actions. You belong to the group of people who observe life from an uncommon angle. Your awareness does not just skim the surface, it senses the vibrant currents flowing just beneath. Your inner self finds no nourishment in rigid thinking or monotonous repetition. You are an independent spirit, and your energy naturally turns away from all that is stagnant. You are one who shapes a new reality from deep inside. If the first letter of your name is D, then structure, steadfastness, and clarity are woven deeply into your being. You have the capacity to become a foundation in any circumstance, the one who provides support when the ground feels unstable for others. You are true to your principles and approach your commitments with sincerity. Your spirit requires a sense of stability, and you may feel a deep aversion to chaos or carelessness. A natural sense of responsibility flows through you, whether for your home, your work, or your community. You do not take your commitments lightly, and this gives your presence a profound weight. If your name begins with E, you are deeply vibrant, outgoing, and you experience life with a dynamic rhythm. It is difficult for you to remain in one place for long. You have an appetite for understanding, for meeting new souls, for seeing new landscapes, and absorbing new wisdom. These are the nourishment for your spirit. You often bring levity to others, forging connections and inspiring them through your expressive nature. Your life is like a flowing stream, never static, always moving, bringing freshness wherever it passes. You possess a natural warmth. You are gifted in communication and open in your outlook. But it is through engagement with the world around you that you discover your own inner balance. If your name begins with F, you are a soul that values autonomy above all. You cannot thrive in the shadow of another. You forge your own path. Even if it is demanding, it is uniquely yours. You possess a different mode of thought and feel little need to blend in with the majority. Yet, when you align with a purpose, you are unshakable. Your spirit requires two things: freedom and a clear direction. When you have both, you can achieve what others might deem impossible. A quiet strength lies within you that awakens fully when you engage in a task with your entire being. If your name begins with G, you are a soul of great depth. You perceive everything not from its surface, but from its core. You are drawn toward tranquility, stability, and authentic knowledge. You are among those who speak with intention. When you do, others listen closely. You carry a natural sense of gravity and a wisdom that is uncommon. You are a seeker in the true sense, whether in matters of spirituality or of life itself. Your spirit is in constant search of the real, far from pretense, superficiality, and distraction. You are the steady light that burns without needing attention, yet illuminates the way for many. If your name begins with H, you place the highest importance on balance in life. You are a gentle spirit, neither hurried nor hesitant. A tangible peace surrounds you, which brings comfort to those in your presence. You are an exceptional listener and can understand another's heart with great sensitivity. You seek harmony in relationships, calm in your home, and steadiness in your life's journey. Your spirit is like a soft melody that does not need to be loud to touch every heart. Your words are felt as much as they are heard. If your name begins with I, you are a person who walks the path of the inner journey. The outer world's distractions do not easily sway you. You prefer to turn your awareness inward. You ask yourself the deep questions. You reflect and often find nourishment in solitude. You may appear reserved on the outside, but a vast inner world is active within you. You do not open yourself to everyone readily, but when you form a bond, you do so with your whole spirit. Your soul is on a quest for truth, be it the truth of life or the truth of your own being. You are like a traveler who walks their own path even in a crowd, because you are aware of your destination. If your name begins with J, you are an embodiment of optimism. There is a light within you that encourages others to move forward. You are filled with a quiet enthusiasm and can find a seed of possibility in any situation. People feel more capable and centered when they are in your presence. Your words, your genuine smile, and your quiet confidence combine to create an energy that can shift the feeling in an entire room. There is a bright flame in your soul that illuminates the way not just for you, but for those around you as well. You are one who lifts others, and this capacity is what makes you remarkable. Have you ever wondered why one person's nature is so calm and steady? Why another is quick to passion? One person is always radiating joy, while another seems forever lost in deep contemplation. You may have observed that simply hearing a person's name can form an impression in your mind, as if a profound link exists between the name and the nature. This connection is indeed deep. Our name, and most directly its first sound, carries the hue of our soul. This is not unfounded belief, but an insight drawn from generations of quiet observation. It has long been understood that the first letter of a name is a resonance, an energy that walks with us throughout our lives. It allows you to recognize the deep patterns woven into the fabric of your name. If your name begins with K, you are guided to walk the path of mindful action. You are among those who do not simply hold dreams, but actively work to bring them into being. You do not dwell on abstract ideas, you seek tangible solutions. A sense of practicality is embedded in your nature. You do not like to leave things unfinished. A clear map often forms in your mind what must be done, how it will be done, and when. You feel deeply, but your decisions are made not from passing emotion, but from careful consideration. Your soul finds its deepest peace in purposeful action. You lead through competence and also through service, because you know that right action is the truest form of practice. If your name begins with L, you are a living expression of compassion. Your greatest joy comes from seeing others at ease and happy. You think with your heart and you live from that space. Your eyes can sense the burdens people carry, and your presence often brings them relief. You possess a warmth that can soothe even a hardened spirit. Relationships, genuine emotion, and a sense of belonging are the true needs of your soul. You are like a blossoming tree in the world that bears the heat of the sun, but offers its cooling shade to others. Your spirit finds its home only in love, kindness, and truth. If the first letter of your name is M, you are an exceptionally strong, stable, and earnest individual. No matter how gentle you may appear on the surface, you are like a mountain inside. Once you commit to a course of action, you are not easily moved. You approach every task with complete dedication. For you, respect is of great importance, both for yourself and for others. You will always help those in need, but you do not wish to be dependent on anyone. Your spirit needs solid ground, and you maintain your composure in all situations. You become a shelter for your loved ones, and when necessary, you will silently endure great difficulty yourself to protect them from harm. If your name begins with N, you are a soul that perceives life on a very deep level. You may seem unassuming, but your thoughts, your way of seeing, and your understanding are highly developed. You don't just accept things as they are. You contemplate what lies beneath the surface. You have the makings of a great strategist, advisor, and planner. Sometimes you become immersed in your own inner world, but when you choose to speak, others listen. Your soul is always on a quest for knowledge and clarity. You do not offer your trust easily, but for those you do, you give your unwavering loyalty. If your name begins with O, you are a soul that believes in wholeness. You cannot abide by things left incomplete. Every task, every relationship, every emotion is like a circle for you that must be brought to completion. You think with great depth, and not only do you think, you feel profoundly. You value balance, of mind and body, of work and rest, of connection and solitude. You are like a sage who, even amidst a crowd, remains centered and calm within. Your spirit needs stability, dignity, and self-respect. You never intentionally cause harm to others. But if your dignity is compromised, you will quietly create a respectful distance. We sometimes meet a person, and without any real knowledge of them, our inner sense tells us they are genuine. Another person seems kind merely by the tone of their voice, while a third can shake us to our core without saying anything. Why does this occur? Why are we drawn to certain people, perceive wisdom in others, and feel a deep, familiar connection with some? This has little to do with appearance. It stems from energy, and a primary current of that energy flows from the first sound of our name. Every letter is like a seed from which certain qualities sprout within us. When we understand this, we begin to understand not just others, but ourselves. So, on which path is your soul walking? If the first letter of your name is P, you are someone who gives the highest importance to depth and purpose in life. For you, no task is merely a task. It is a responsibility, a mission. You carry an energy that understands others with great ease. You may be facing your own struggles, but you cannot bear to see those you care for in pain. There is a maturity in your nature, meaning you do not get caught in trivial matters. Your focus is often on the well-being of others, on service, and on the quiet realization of your goals. Your soul is disciplined. You could say much, but you speak only when necessary. Your inner stillness is your true power. If your name begins with Q, you are among those rare souls whose way of thinking is entirely unique. You do not walk a well-trodden path, you chart a new one. You have the gift of insightful questioning, and you wish to get to the root of every matter. You are not bound by conventions, though you may respect them. At times, people might misunderstand you, because you are not part of the main current. But the truth is that your spirit is profoundly deep and independent. You enjoy self-discovery, and your greatest yearning is for what is real. Even if you walk alone, when you are on your path, the universe itself seems to illuminate the way forward. If your name begins with R, you carry within you the three forces of leadership, persistence, and passion. You do not approach any task half-heartedly. You either see it through to completion, or you do not begin at all. There is a magnetism in your presence. People are naturally drawn to your words. You possess momentum, but also the wisdom to proceed with careful thought. Your heart holds immense love for your loved ones, but if someone breaks your trust, you will also retreat with resolve. Your self-respect is precious to you. You often remain quiet to preserve it, Your soul is like a controlled fire, which provides both light and warmth, but also carries a clear warning. You hold a beautiful balance of passion and wisdom. If the first letter of your name is S, you are a deeply feeling and soul-connected personality. For you, relationships, sincerity, and trust are the three most vital things. You have no time for pretense. You connect directly from the heart. You have a depth that may not be apparent on the surface, but those who truly know you feel how authentic and remarkable you are. You can sometimes get lost in the currents of your own emotions, but when you return to stillness, you become deeply calm from within. Your spirit naturally moves toward love and devotion. You are among those souls who would never cause harm to another, but silently carry the burdens of others. If your name begins with T, you are a very stable, trustworthy, and diligent soul. You do not engage in showmanship, nor do you speak excessively. Your way is to work quietly and let your actions speak for themselves when the time is right. For you, stability, security, and permanence are of great importance. If you begin any work, it is not in your nature to leave it unfinished. You have a patience that allows you to endure even in difficult times without breaking. Your soul is like a great tree whose roots run deep and in whose shade others find rest. Your love is also steady. When you connect with someone, the bond is profound. You rely on trust and you live to be worthy of it. Now, pause for a moment. In this reflection, did you perceive something new within yourself? Do you now sense how alive these sounds truly are? This is not merely a label, it is a resonance of the soul. Everything that enters our life arrives with a name. A friend, a teacher, a relationship, an opportunity. Each name connects us to a new experience, but the root of that experience can be felt in its first sound. In which direction does it guide our inner being? And ultimately, we may reach a point of awareness where there is no name, only the vast, silent presence of being itself. If your name begins with you, you are a soul born to touch the heights of your own potential. You have a desire to soar, but you remain connected to your foundations. You are very independent in your thoughts, and you grant others the freedom to find their own way. You have a generous heart, and you do not hold on to anger. You may feel a sense of solitude at times, but even in that, you discover your own liberty. Your spirit needs an open sky where it can contemplate, feel, and find its own center. You carry a strength that is born from the practice of many experiences. If the first letter of your name is V, you are very balanced, wise, and filled with a sense of service. Your life can be an inspiration because you think not only for yourself, but for the collective. You have the strength to carry responsibility, whether it is for your home or for the wider world. Your thoughts are steady, and you have the capacity to view life from a higher perspective. There is a hidden inner discipline within you that reveals itself over time. Your soul finds its truest fulfillment in peace, service, and quiet contemplation. If your name begins with W, you are a truly unique and wondrous soul. Your life's journey is not a common one. You are often only satisfied when you are creating something new, something different. You have a powerful imagination that can express itself as an artist or a deep thinker. You appear calm on the outside, but you are very sensitive on the inside. Your dreams are not small, and you dedicate your entire being to fulfilling them. Your relationships are deep. You allow very few people to come close, but those you connect with have your unwavering dedication. Your soul seeks creativity, self-expression, and authentic connection. If the first letter of your name is X, you are a profound soul. It is not easy for others to fully grasp your nature, but for those who do, you are a precious gift. Your mind is always engaged with new ideas, new possibilities, new experiments. You can be content in solitude and can also move through a crowd without leaving a trace. You do not like to be confined by any rule because your soul is a seeker, a practitioner who forges its own way. Your soul seeks its own truth through freedom, observation, and direct experience. If your name begins with Y, you are a very composed and peaceful person. For you, knowledge, integrity, and spiritual growth are very important. You possess self-mastery, and this is your greatest strength. You build your life not through words, but through your actions. Your decisions are steady, and you quickly grasp the underlying truths of life. Your soul finds its deepest comfort in faith, focus, and inner practice. You do not lose your center, no matter the situation. This quality is what makes you remarkable. And if the first letter of your name is Z, you are a person who lives with a very open heart and profound depth. You have the art of embracing every shade of the human experience. You are generous, tolerant, and also wise. You cannot find peace when you see others in distress. You do what you can to help. Your nature is gentle, and your energy is very welcoming. Your soul finds its true happiness at the intersection of balance, compassion, and courage. You are the soul that, though unassuming, always finds a home in people's hearts. We have completed a quiet journey through every letter, from A to Z. Each name is like a mantra, a sound that influences the direction of the soul. But in moving beyond the name, we must remember that we are not the name itself. We are the awareness that is experiencing life through this vessel. As we understand the resonance of our name, we can draw closer to that awareness which is beyond all names, beyond all forms, existing as pure being. As ancient masters have taught, the name is a gateway, but the soul is the home. So, let us make our name a medium for our practice, and through it, find the path that connects us to our truest self. If this reflection offered you a moment of clarity, you are invited to continue this journey with us. You may wish to share in the comments which sound begins your name, and the awareness it sparked within you. By sharing this video, you extend an invitation to others who are also on the path of meeting themselves. Remember, in every name, there is a resonance of the soul, and every soul is a unique expression of life itself. We will meet again on another part of this shared journey. Until then, be well.